It's Tuesday, December 9th, 2025, and I'm Dave Soap. 3 things to know today. AI hype hits a hard reality as adoption and research quality slide. Security leaders warn that AI browsers aren't ready for prime time. Identity continues shifting towards safer, faster passkeys. Vendors push deeper into consolidation with new remote tools, diligence services, and VMware alternatives. This is the business of tech. Let's talk about where AI isn't going so well. Microsoft's CoPilot Plus initiative aimed to introduce AI-powered laptops, but struggled to gain traction, accounting for less than 10% of systems shipped in the third quarter of 2024, according to Mercury Research. Despite initial enthusiasm, features such as the recall function raised privacy concerns and failed to attract consumer interests, leading to disappointing sales figures. Microsoft has shifted its focus, now proposing to make every Windows 11 computer an AI PC with cloud-powered features, rather than relying solely on high-end hardware. While the company claims that the CoPilot Plus systems had some success during the last holiday season, ongoing research from Omdia projects AI-powered PCs will dominate the market, potentially reaching 75% of all systems shipped by 2029. Recent concerns have emerged regarding the quality of artificial intelligence research, highlighted by a single individual, Kevin Zhao, claiming authorship of 113 academic papers this year, with 89 set to be presented at a leading AI conference. According to Hani Farid, a professor at the University of California, Berkeley, Zhu's work is described as a disaster, raising alarms about the proliferation of low-quality research in AI, which is currently facing a surge in submissions, with the Neura IPS conference receiving over 21,500 papers this year, a significant increase from fewer than 10,000 in 2020. This has resulted in a pressure cooker environment where academics are incentivized to publish quantity over quality, leading to concerns about the integrity of the field and the ability to produce meaningful contributions. The demand for artificial intelligence in the workplace is reportedly declining, with only 11% of Americans at large companies utilizing AI to produce goods and services as of October 2025. This figure marks a decrease from 12% just 2 weeks prior, according to a recent survey by the U.S. Census Bureau. The trend is particularly alarming among businesses with 100 to 249 employees, where the percentage of those not using AI has risen to 81.4%. Furthermore, a Stanford economist noted a significant drop in generative AI usage from 46% in June to 37% by September. The tech industry anticipates spending $5 trillion on AI infrastructure by 2030. A recent report from OpenAI reveals that while artificial intelligence is increasingly adopted in workplaces, it only saves employees an average of 40 to 60 minutes per day. The State of Enterprise AI report, which analyzed data from over 1 million business customers and surveyed nearly 9,000 workers, indicates that 75% of respondents believe AI has enhanced their work quality or speed. However, the productivity benefits are modest, with many employees feeling that the time saved does not significantly alter their workday dynamics. Notably, heavy users of AI report savings of over 10 hours a week, suggesting a widening gap in benefits based on usage intensity. A recent study by the Future of Life Institute assessed the safety measures of 8 leading artificial intelligence developers, revealing concerning findings. Notably, the top performers, Anthropic, Google DeepMind, and OpenAI, only achieve grades of C+ and C, indicating that even the best companies lack sufficient safeguards to manage potential risks associated with advanced AI systems. The report emphasized that all companies need to implement concrete safety protocols, as the current lack of regulation in the industry raises alarms about the existential threats posed by AI technologies. Why do we care? This is the side of the AI stories vendors don't love to talk about. Not everything is going well. Microsoft's AI PC push fizzled, workplace adoption is actually dropping, and the productivity gains on average are modest. Meanwhile, the research ecosystem is flooding itself with low-quality papers, and even the safest AI labs are getting C-level grades. That's not exactly the foundation of a revolution. What this really tells us is that AI is hitting the reality wall. Users aren't buying hardware just because it has AI stamped on it. Workers aren't sticking with tools that don't fit the way they operate. And customers aren't seeing transformative returns unless they're very intentional, very heavy users. The mismatch here is striking. Trillions in infrastructure spending on one side, shrinking day-to-day usage on the other. That's a warning sign. The hype cycle is cooling off and the expectations are getting sharper. If you oversell AI, you're going to own the disappointment. And remember, when vendors overshoot on AI investment and the returns lag, they push that pressure downstream. In pricing, product shifts, and expectations, MSPs will be the ones to deliver the value they promised. This is the moment to own the narrative with clients. AI is useful. It saves time, improves quality, and opens new workflows, but it's not magic. It's incremental. It demands governance. And it only pays off when it's integrated into real processes, not stapled onto them. For providers, the opportunity is to be the calm voice in a noisy market. Focus on value, not vibes. Help customers adopt AI where it works, ignore it where it doesn't, and build the foundations that make the real gains possible. The hype may be loud, but the work is still the work. This episode is supported by Mail Protector. Want inbox protection that questions everything before trusting a thing? Mail Protector delivers a patented zero-trust email security platform built just for managed service providers. Their Shield solution learns real communication patterns to build a trust network using behavior-based filtering to stop threats before they reach the inbox. It also provides dynamic context with an in-email heads-up display showing trusted or risky messages in real time. They also include Bracket for effortless, agentless email encryption. Just wrap brackets around the subject to send secure messages and files with no apps and no passwords. And Radar, a 360-degree email security analysis that scores your vulnerabilities and even helps you turn them into sales opportunities. The result? Providers get hands-off threat prevention and security insights, while clients enjoy calm, focused inboxes with encrypted communication and clear risk awareness. To see it in action, schedule a demo at mailprotector.com/MSPradio. Gartner has issued a significant warning regarding the use of AI browsers, stating that they pose major cybersecurity risks and should be blocked for the foreseeable future. According to Gartner, these browsers, which include features that allow users to interact with content and automate tasks, may lead to serious vulnerabilities, such as prompt injection attacks that can expose sensitive data, including user credentials. Gartner emphasizes that the risks associated with AI browsers are not yet fully understood, and it could take years to grasp their potential dangers. The organization advises businesses to avoid these technologies to prevent data loss and security breaches. Meanwhile, individual users should also exercise caution, as the functionality of these browsers could inadvertently lead them to malicious websites, further heightening the risk of exposure to cyber threats. Google is enhancing user security for Chrome's Agentic features, which allow browsers to perform tasks like booking tickets and shopping on behalf of users. The company is implementing a user alignment critic model to ensure that the tasks proposed by the planner model align with user goals, focusing on metadata rather than actual web content. To mitigate security risk, Google has established agent origin sets that restrict access to certain site origins and prevent cross-origin data leaks. Users will also retain control over sensitive actions, such as navigating to banking sites, with the agent requiring explicit permission for actions involving personal data. Additionally, Google is employing a prompt injection classifier to thwart unwanted actions and is actively testing its capabilities against potential security threats. A recent report highlights the growing shift from traditional passwords to passkeys for secure authentication. According to the FIDO Alliance, over 2 billion passkeys are currently in use, marking a significant trend toward phishing-resistant multi-factor authentication. This method, which utilizes cryptographic key pairs stored on devices, has been adopted by major companies including Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Early adopters of passkeys reported a 30% higher sign-in success rate and a 73% reduction in sign-in time compared to other methods, indicating a strong preference for this more secure and efficient approach to identity verification. Why do we care? This is one of those moments where the security community collectively says, stop, this isn't ready. Gartner rarely drops a full stop sign on a technology, but AI browsers earned one. And honestly, they're right. Putting an AI agent inside a browser, the place where all your credentials, tokens, and sensitive workflows live, creates a blast radius we don't even know how to measure yet. This is the definition of harm that's hard to unwind. Google's trying to engineer their way around the problem with alignment critics and classifiers, but notice what's missing: confidence. These are band-aids on an architecture never designed for agents. If an attacker can manipulate the page, they can manipulate the agent. And once the browser starts acting on your behalf, that becomes a very real risk. Now look at the contrast. Passkeys are actually solving a long-standing problem. They reduce phishing, improve success rates, and streamline the login experience. Identity is getting better right as browsing is getting more unpredictable. That's a weird tension for MSPs to manage. This is one of the few times where the security advice is both simple and urgent. Block AI browsers for now. Don't let your customers be the test case. Focus instead on the identity improvements that are actually ready: passkeys, phishing-resistant MFA, and reducing password dependencies. The future of secure browsing might eventually involve agents, but the current generation is not where you want your business data to live. I was testing them, and I just uninstalled them. NinjaOne has released NinjaOne Remote, a remote access solution designed for unified endpoint management. It provides IT teams and managed service providers with secure and efficient control over endpoints across various operating systems, including Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and iOS. Key features include a complete technician toolset that allows fast device connection and troubleshooting, the ability to run unlimited simultaneous sessions, and an intuitive end-user portal for secure remote access. The solution complies with various regulations such as ISO 27001 and GDPR, ensuring high standards of compliance and data protection. Netrio has launched a suite of M&A technology diligence and integration services specifically designed for private equity firms. The services aim to help investors mitigate technology risks, ensure continuity from day one, and map integration costs and sequences. Key features include technology due diligence covering infrastructure, cloud, cybersecurity, and applications, as well as integration strategy, transition planning, and cybersecurity risk assessments. The offering consists of 3 modular tiers: Tier 1 for rapid readiness, Tier 2 for full due diligence, and Tier 3 for an integration blueprint. These services leverage the Netrio Now platform for real-time tracking and auditability, addressing gaps in traditional IT due diligence processes. Proxmox has released the first stable version of its Data Center Manager product, which provides centralized management for multiple Proxmox-based environments. This product offers features such as an aggregated view of connected nodes and clusters, VM migration across clusters without manual network reconfiguration, VM fleet management tools for patch identification, and a dashboard for monitoring host workloads and their statuses. Data Center Manager is built on Debian Trixie 13.2 and utilizes version 6.17 of the Linux kernel, with ZFS 2.3.4 included. This product positions Proxmox as a viable alternative to VMware, particularly for organizations that require basic server virtualization without extensive features. Why do we care? What jumps out here is how much the market is moving towards standardization and control, sometimes in ways that help MSPs and sometimes in ways that add pressure. A native remote tool inside an RMM sounds great. Fewer agents, fewer moving parts, fewer points of failure. But remember, every time a vendor pulls another function under their tent, they're taking more ownership of your control plane. If that platform goes sideways, your whole operation goes with it. So stick with the same guidance. Test hard before you consolidate. Then there's Netrio productizing private equity diligence. That tells you everything about the current M&A climate. This isn't a niche anymore. PE firms expect structured, repeatable tech reviews, and they expect MSPs to keep up and make sure customers are ready for acquisition. If your documentation is messy or you rely on tribal knowledge, you're going to feel this shift. Clean data is now a competitive advantage. And Proxmox? This is more fallout from VMware's decisions. Customers want out, vendors see the opportunity, and alternatives are getting easier to manage. But don't pretend it's a drop-in replacement for every environment. If your networking and storage hygiene isn't rock solid, you're just trading one set of headaches for another. This points to a market that's simplifying on the surface but demanding more rigor underneath. Your job is to keep optionality high, avoid vendor lock-in traps, and guide customers toward platforms that won't surprise them, or you, when pricing or complexity shifts again. Thanks for listening. Today, National Pastry Day and National Llama Day. Want more from the Business of Tech? Join Business of Tech Plus for ad-free episodes, early interviews, extended cuts, subscriber-only shows, and exclusive member perks and analysis. Sign up at businessof.tech/plus. And follow this show in your podcast app, and if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss a story. Reviews and comments help spread the word too. Interested in advertising? Head to mspradio.com/engage. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on the next episode.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.